I'm Cecilia Davis. I'm a retired school teacher. They had talked to me before about the surgery, but I decided to put it off, and I did just as long as I could. And but I'm glad that I had it because I've had a very successful journey with this. So I'm very pleased with what Dr. Barnes and his staff have done. I researched a lot of the different methods of the hip replacement before I decided that that was what I was going, the type of treatment that I wanted to do. And I felt like I would have a much easier recovery time if I did the anterior method. They go in and spread the muscle rather than cut the muscle, and that way your recovery time is much better. You don't have the muscle having to repair itself. I was very pleased with the work that Dr. Barnes did with my surgery, and I understand Dr. Barnes had done around 300 surgeries, so I was very confident that he would be able to do the surgery and I would be fine, and that was what proved to be true. My recovery time was great. I expected to be like on a walker and a cane for several weeks. I was on a walker for 1 week, and after that I could walk and I was fine. The day of the surgery, I went in and everybody was just extremely helpful. They walked me through it. I was under, everything was very relaxed. They were very nice and helpful, and Dr. Barnes and Dr. Burnett were very upfront with exactly what I could expect as far as the operation. I really was very relaxed and not too nervous about it, and that helped me, I think, a lot in my recovery. Afterwards, I went into rehab that day, that afternoon, and had to do my little exercises there and walked a little bit. The next day I was walking with the help of a walker, and so I was just real pleased and felt like I had a very good experience. Then I went, I think it was twice a week, to the rehabilitation center at Piedmont Orthopedics, and the staff was wonderful. They took me to through a bunch of exercises and different stretches and strengthening exercises, and so I did that for 3 or 4 weeks, and then I was home free. As I said, I was on a walker for a week, but then and that was mainly for balance more than anything else, because at that point in time I was a little afraid of falling, and I was that type thing. So that was more for confidence than anything else. I was extremely pleased with the length of time, the short length of time that I've needed for recovery. I can travel now without having to stop every hour to walk and stretch and this type thing. The pain, I don't have pain with my hip any longer, and I'm very pleased with what I've been through. I'm able to do whatever I want to do, really. I haven't had any problems with, as I said, the pain. I'm very mobile. I don't have any problem with any kind of restrictions on what I'm doing. And I was told, the doctors told me very soon after my operation, that I could do whatever I wanted to do. And I have. I haven't worried about what I'm doing, and enjoying life, having a great time. I have no pain. I do not have, I'm not having to take any kind of medication for the pain of my hip pain at all, because I don't have any. The Piedmont staff has been very helpful, very pleasant. They were extremely helpful, very knowledgeable, and very willing to do whatever I needed, and at whatever stage I was in at the time. So I've been very pleased with how I've been received and treated here. If I had a friend that needed some advice and some help, I would definitely recommend Piedmont for them to call Dr. Barnes. And, you know, if they needed some encouragement or just some information, to call and just talk to a surgeon, see if that's the route they would like to take or what they could do beforehand, before they actually do the surgery. If they were, you know, they wanted to put it off for a little while. I mean, I did that because I was teaching. I didn't want to interrupt my career. I put it off as long as I could, but I'm extremely glad that I did it.